Is there something alive in there?
Yeah, and it stinks.
What?
Don't you know? It's the smell of monsters.
Don't be afraid.
Mama, let's leave Boy King here. He'll just be in the way.
I don't think so.
Must you call her Mama? It's very odd for someone your age.
Shut up, kid. You don't tell me what to do.
Sorry.
You never talk shit about a pirate's mama.
So basically,
They will cut your throat.
yeah. So basically, what you're saying is Sed and Tolton are now officially the odd couple of this game. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotta be great, you guys.
It's
You know what's also great?
on screen.
Sewer levels in RPGs.
I'm trying to ignore that fact as much as possible.
It's
Sakaguchi's
honestly
gonna
not that bad.
Nope, Sakaguchi's gonna throw every single RPG cliche at you possible.
Repair.
Oh,
To make it
see
fresh
this
and
thing?
interesting.
Yeah.
See this thing? This thing is important.
It's a pendulum?
It's a pendulum. But you should always interact with them and have Sed fix them.
Is that only for this dungeon?
It is.
Is that a tinkerer?
Yes, he is actually.
Does Sed use a gun?
Yes, he does.
And the trope is alive.
The trope was never
If
dead.
you are a tinkerer, you have a gun. You are not allowed to have any other weapon.
Does he use, is it just like a regular old pistol?
No, it's like a long rifle.
Oh, neat.
Oh, that's at least slightly more unique.
Also, I'm skipping the first battle in here just because it does a poor job of showing things off.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Did you get your shit
you
wrecked?
No, I just had some stuff set up wrong
No.
and spent a lot of it fiddling around with things.
Whoops.
You curb stomped it in the nuts, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, sure.
Either way, John is embarrassed and wishes never to speak of it again. So let's bring it up every 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
So I see that we're heading to the exit right now. That was a pretty short dungeon, all things
Yeah,
considered.
really.
Oh no, wait, this doesn't look like an exit.
Ah, shit.
It was a ruse!
I was gonna say they pulled off the long ladder climb very early. Normally don't see that.
Really? This is actually pretty late.
Yeah, we're on
don't
disc.
you think?
We're on disc 3, Bubba.
I meant early in the dungeon. You normally see that kind of shit like towards the end of the dungeon.
The goats and tanks open these holes.
How about that, your worshipness? Got something to say now? They can't wait to fight. Good for nothing but target practice.
Sid, stop picking on him. It's not his fault he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Oh, so sorry, your graciousness. But that's the way I am. I get heartburn whenever I see someone in power.
Well, for the moment, Tolton has no power.
Really?
All right, knock it off. He's after the same enemy we are.
The same enemy.
It's flying.
Is that Grand Staff?
Huh? Whoa, was it meant to fly like that?
I don't remember it ever being brought up.
I know we discussed Seth's like way early because, you know, it's Terra frickin' strong.
Seth's is... I was about to say, Seth's is pretty, distinct and
Pretty
recognizable.
obvious. She's a fairly common one.
She's a pretty major voice actress in these modern times.
Okay, here's an amusing one for you, given who Sed is traveling with right now, the gem-encrusted Tolton. Michael Bell does the
Yeah.
voiceovers for Zale's Diamond commercials.
Of course he does.
I just saw that in trivia.
Tolton's got a sponsorship.
Yes, he does.
That explains everything.
Okay, I suppose I should like say something about this dungeon at some point.
I think
It's a
it
giant
speaks-
Looks like a tiny
drain.
sewer level!
I think it speaks for itself, to be perfectly honest.
It's a sewer level. On the plus side, it doesn't have like water level puzzles or anything.
Well, that's good.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you can be a sewer level and have not water level puzzles and still be a massive pain in the ass.
You could have block.
You
could have block pushing puzzles and shrinking.
You can have gate opening and closing puzzles. Hi, Shadow Hearts Covenant.
Don't mind.
I will.
That game has some.
I think the only
That game has some bullshit dungeons, but
It
God,
really
do I love
does.
the only RPG I can think of where the sewer level didn't objectively piss me off was actually Eternal Sonata, and that is because it is quite literally the first dungeon they throw at you, so they get it out of the way very
They
quickly.
get that out of the
There's
way
really
right away.
nothing to it.
I completely forgot that was the first dungeon of the game.
You give
I don't really like Eternal Sonata.
you give the orphans some bread and you take pictures of a giant rat. for
There you
months.
go.
Lots of ones. Unless you're playing the PS3 version, right?
Aren't you?
Yeah, you don't get. It's not
In
worth
which
it.
case you only get moderate ones.
This is an interesting music they have for this area. I'm not quite sure.
It's the same music that played in the Sea of Baus.
That's what I thought, but I know I've heard it before. I can't remember from what part, but
Yeah, it's the same thing that played in the Sea of Baus.
so other than I find this area objectively boring, is there anything really else to note about it?
It's not as bad as I remembered it being, honestly, playing through it. It's mostly just a lot of up and down
battle.
ladders.
Oh,
and
here we go.
stuff.
We got
Also,
our
yeah,
battle.
yeah, finally an
Random
actual
battle.
battle.
Oh shit,
Oh,
that's
no.
an axe gun!
Nice.
He will never actually use the axe.
Aww. Does he even?
Okay.
Moderate
What if
disappointment.
what if you give him power hit?
You can't. He's immortal. He can't learn that sort of stuff. Okay, so there are actually 3 enemies in this. There are Magic Towers, Experiment Number 28,
And large snail.
and Large Snails. Large
Ow.
Snails are literally a palette swap of the slug things from the Sea of Baus.
Oh yeah.
They do the exact same thing where they lower defense and then come up and slap you. The towers literally only have 1 attack, and that is casting Flaris for a pretty significant amount of damage.
Luckily, they don't seem to be too resilient.
Yeah, they're not super resilient, and also, remember that pendulum I messed with? If you have said mess with them, the magic towers that you encounter in that room will no longer be able to cast magic, thus rendering
Oh,
them
so they're basically useless.
thus rendering them completely unable to do anything.
They're basically GC sponges at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, said
What about experiment number 28? Which you just promptly one-shotted.
If you let it actually cast, it will cast toxin on someone.
Oh.
so
That's no good.
out of curiosity, seeing as the dungeon's not really going to give us much to discuss here, where does Sed fit in a party's makeup and balance, and Tolton for that matter?
He said is like he is the king utility character. He comes pre-equipped with double everything. Like his skills, he has double gold, double experience, double AP, and also the ability double item. It allows him to use 2 items at
Oh,
once.
that's nice.
That's very handy.
And they don't even have to be on the same target. He can use 2 items on 2 different targets.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's very...
All those skills can be learned. They are the most expensive skills in the game, if I recall correctly, to learn.
I mean, of course they are. The ability to use 2 of any item on 2 completely different targets is a pretty useful move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of breaks the game. Kinda.
He also later on will learn the triple accessory spell,
Ooh, and that.
or not spell, skill, which allows someone to wear 3 accessories at once, as the name implies.
Now,
So-
considering Sed has a gun, I'm gonna assume that he's sort of your, essentially your character that could do attacks from the back row without a particular damage penalty.
Yes, well, I mean, attacking from the back row never had a damage penalty to begin with.
I thought it did.
No,
Okay. Wow.
it never had a damage penalty to begin with. It's
Remember,
just
Ruin,
that.
this is in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's just
Right,
that
right.
by putting a melee attacker in the back row, they no longer contributed to the guard condition, which
Right.
kind of defeated the point. because the melee attackers had the most health and therefore provided the most guard.
On that point though, is said better.
He does have a benefit of his attacks ignore the guard condition.
Oh,
Right.
Ooh!
His attacks can straight up shoot people in the back row, no matter what, for full damage.
That's really good.
I have to assume that
To
the
compensate, his damage is somewhat middling.
Well,
I know, that's what I was
We
gonna,
saw
that's
that,
actually
but
what I was gonna say.
he was shooting things for an okay amount of damage from the back.
Yeah,
I think.
it's
300 damage is alright at best.
so within this trio that you've got going, it's actually Seth who's going to be your hard hitter at this point.
at the
Actually,
moment. Yes.
Tolton's hitting harder, but it's just the fact that
Well,
Seth is faster.
So Tolton has a cool guy sword now too.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Tolton's whole
Tolton
thing.
actually does more damage in a single hit, but
Seth's more
Tolton's
skill.
whole thing is just that he comes with the better stuff.
yeah, just inherently so.
He's royalty.
He got that kingly stuff, yo.
So you might see a lot of me kind of being unsure of which direction to go. That's just because this area
Sewer
wraps
level.
around on itself a lot.
Sewer levels!
Oh, there's a dude.
Hey, it's a guy.
Yep. He sells
That's
stuff.
that's a merchant.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sewer
I don't know why
merchant?
he's down here.
Hey there.
See?
So he's
He's laid back.
okay.
But yeah, he actually he sells, you know, your typical stuff, but he also has a upgrade for Seth.
Not for Tolton.
Oh no!
No store-bought weapon is ever an upgrade for Tolton.
Fair enough. If you got that kingly sword, you fucking run with that kingly sword.
Pretty much. The weapons he gets specific for him are always better than what you can get in the store.
And no one
to make up for the fact that his stats are complete garbage.
and no one else can use the stuff at any point.
And they can use it if once he reaches a certain level, he learns a skill that he can pass on
Ah, okay. And that
allows them to use his stuff.
so learn that skill and then pass on yon kingly sword to Kime immediately.
Pretty much.
Poor Tolton.
Well, more just give him the hand-me-down.
The hand-me-down version. His
Also, I
damage
was
will still be
mistaken.
good.
There is a gate raising lowering.
Boo.
Yay!
I'm pretty sure it's the only one though. Also,
Random
constant
encounters.
fights.
Yay!
Yeah, see, it's just these kind of levels, it's like no one ever seems to want to even try to make them unique or different in any way.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do with a sewer?
Not included in. I'd honestly prefer that at
fair
this point.
Fair point.
Not even.
It's just like we've...
I'm hard pressed to think of one that was good.
See,
Oh
even more so than like
Oh.
water levels, this one, you know.
no! You want to know? You want to know the best one?
What?
The sewer level in Ys 7, because it was fucking short.
Oh yeah, it's like 2 screens.
I was gonna say,
It is like two
I
or
barely-
3 screens. You fight a mini boss, and you have Tia with you, and it's pretty awesome.
see,
Because she follows you around and throws free healing at you.
see, I don't
It's great.
I don't know that any of East 7's like typical trope levels are bad because it doesn't usually follow the conventions that makes them bad. For example, the desert doesn't like sap your strength or anything. You just
No, it's literally just a field area with a desert palette.
yeah.
And a kick-ass theme.
Also some new things.
Yes.
New things. I love new things.
By which you mean one new thing.
Zombies.
Zombies.
You'll also notice that the towers, their glow is
Oh,
completely
those aren't
diminished.
just zombies. What are those?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what they are, but they twitch, and it's kind of
Oh
creepy.
shit, they're the fucking Reed Dead. God damn it, Link, we thought you took care of those.
This is some borderline Resident Evil shit going on here.
Also, John, I did notice the magic towers are dimmer. That is their magic.
Yeah, the glow is diminished, which means that their magic has been disabled.
So they
They're not feeling good.
They aren't having a good time.
Oh god, they writhe when they die. Holy shit.
Oh, I thought it missed.
No, it just flails for a second, then like head stabs you.
It jukes and jives.
Good hustle, experiment number 44.
Yeah, get him, Zed.
But yeah, they're not particularly dangerous. That little cave I mentioned a couple episodes back that I said get in, get out real fast because you'll run into enemies way stronger than you.
yeah.
The enemies in there are groups of 5, like upgraded versions of those experiments.
Oh.
I'm getting too old.
that have status effects attached to their normal attacks.
old for this shit.
Said you're like 60. You're fine.
I'm assuming, given that
I think Ced is actually 60.
I'm assuming, given that they're cold experiments, it can be implied that Gongora had, a hand in their making, if not entirely responsible.
Oh, definitely.
Do you remember those dogs?
It's not a fist or a few fingers.
I think the idea is that they are experiments of Gongoras that have wandered in to the sewers.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly have a tight leash on them or anything.
Well, because that, again, the aforementioned cave I was talking about is Gongora's, experiment cave.
Yeah.
And it's connected to the sewers.
Right.
It's the Gongora hole.
The nebulous Gongora hole.
I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious.
We'll be going there in Disc 4.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
I'm kind of curious as to what the boss of this area might be, because that is the one thing that, sewer levels don't really have a consensus on, is what their boss is going to be.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there's always going to be some weird-ass monster or some shit.
They're either a complete pushover or the most obnoxious thing on the planet.
What the hell is this?
Magic energy's leaking out.
The magic energy storage tanks. Whoa. Aura has some pretty fancy technology there.
What were they planning?
And yeah, you're
I don't
on
know.
the right.
He throws tidal
Yes,
waves.
he does. And
He throws tidal waves, and depending on the direction they're coming from, it'll do more damage to either you or him. And for whatever reason, he has a tendency to throw it from behind him, which means it always hurts him more.
Yep.
Yeah, he's kind of stupid.
He is not very smart.
Not a smart guy.
Oh.
But now we're in, apparently they've been storing magic energy in tanks in the sewer?
Hey, I mean, if it works that way.
I don't know,
guess.
that doesn't seem safe.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they have it all under control. I mean, these experiments are walking around, so I imagine they're good security. Maybe.
oh my god,
And I mean, there's those magic.
I got it.
What?
I got a good sewer level.
There's a
What?
good one?
It's not from an RPG, but there is a good sewer level.
Oh.
What's the good
Sewer
sewer
surfing, bitches.
Sewer surfing?
Turtles in time.
Oh, Turtles in Time.
TMNT does not fucking count.
Aw, come on.
TMNT very much does not count.
Yeah, considering
I'm sorry, Matt.
their home base is a sewer, I figured why not.
That doesn't
I'm
count.
sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm trying. I'm trying not to
can't.
be bitter and cynical about all sewer levels. I am trying here.
No, it's okay. Sewer levels suck.
Okay.
They just
Sewer
do.
levels are stupid.
So yeah.
Rotating staircase.
The gimmick of this
the
area
Duke's
is that
Archives?
this whole big old room is just a bunch of circular platforms with staircases that you can rotate
Oh,
to
great.
connect them differently.
This is a really fun gimmick.
You don't actually really have to figure out how to
Godly
connect them.
Dragon Tears.
In general, you can just push the button and rotate the staircase, and it will always be right.
I will say,
They really don't make you think too hard about it.
I will say, if it weren't for the fact that the encounter rate seems to be hella low in this dungeon, I'd say this is worse than Black Cave. But the Black Cave's encounter rate makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I remembered the sewer level as being pretty bad. Then I played through it, and I mean, I just kind of did the whole thing in under a half hour, which is pretty good for a sewer level.
Yeah,
That is
that's
fairly
about as good as
impressive.
you can hope for.
Pretty much.
And yeah, like you said, the battle, the random encounter rate's not too bad. So whatever.
My issue with this is that, like with a lot of sewer levels, they embrace, being drab and dull, and there's not really much to look at.
Being visually unimpressive.
Yeah.
Going back to Eternal Sonata, the sewers are actually pretty nice looking.
I was gonna say that is like moss and shit.
Surprisingly well-maintained
I
sewer.
was gonna say
No,
that
they
is
weren't.
like
They weren't, but
No,
it
it
was
wasn't, but
It was pretty
that was
nice.
part of the charm, wasn't
There
it?
was like nature reclamation.
Yeah, there was like moss growing on shit and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was actually a nice touch.
Huh.
It's like the visual direction for Eternal Sonata was good. It's just,
I was okay.
Eternal
I was
Sonata.
okay with the battle system. Like, I liked the battle system, but like the story might be one of the worst I've ever seen in the genre, and that's saying something.
And unfortunately,
I actively avoided playing Eternal Sonata just because I heard so much about how dumb its story was.
oh god,
it's-
it's super
yeah.
dumb.
you just didn't take things too seriously.
Yeah, don't take two
It's.
things.
I don't think it ever actively murders itself like something like Star Ocean 3.
Well, I mean,
It's just kind of dumb from
I will
front to
give.
back, but it doesn't actively shoot itself in the foot.
I know. I will give. Yeah, I will give Eternal Sonata one thing. It's not sharp FE. By any stretch of the imagination.
I will also.
Oh, why does that abomination exist?
I will also give it credit for allowing for multiplayer, which my brother and I played through the game and we had a blast doing it. So just kind of goofing,
Well, I mean-
just kind of goofing off and whatnot. We
Yeah.
didn't take it seriously, so we ended up having fun with it. So,
If I recall correctly, he made you play all the girl characters.
and I did not realize it until afterwards that he had done that because I thought he was just picking the characters that he thought were cool. Turns out that he ended up picking most of the male characters. Now, not all of the male characters. He did pick some of the girls for himself too. It just so happened that everybody I ended up playing as happened to be the female characters of the game, with one exception.
Beat.
Who was that?
Beat, because he thought it was a girl at first. Well, considering your choices when you start are between Allegretto and Beat, and he wanted to play as Allegretto, so...
I mean, it's hard
fair
not to want
enough.
to play as Allegretto. He's probably one of the best-looking characters in the game, and that's saying something.
Hey, I got pretty damn good with Beat, so I didn't mind either.
Beat's a little terror if you know him, right?
Yep, he builds echoes like nobody's fucking business.
Pew pew.
I like how we spent almost this entire episode not talking about the game that we're playing.
That's because there's not much to
It
talk
speaks
about.
for
It's the
itself.
sewer level!
It speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know anything about Eternal Sonata, but you're welcome to just carry on.
There's not much
I mean,
more.
it has a really good voice cast.
It does. It has a very.
Yeah, it actually
That is
does.
true.
It has a very nice voice cast that is wasted on the fact that the dialogue they have to say is absolute garbage.
Oh, totally.
It's
Yeah,
like,
you can
still-
tell. You can tell they had fun with it. At
oh,
least.
they had fun with it. And to be fair, you got Patrick Seitz voicing Frederick Chopin, so you can't go wrong with that.
He does not use a soft voice like that, like ever.
No.
It's kind of amazing.
Patrick Seitz is usually cast as Angry Man.
Well, yeah.
And then you also have Johnny Young Bosch voicing an asshole, and it's actually pretty fucking hilarious.
He voices an asshole that looks like Yu Narukami, which is the funniest
Yeah,
shit to me.
yeah, it is.
Because it came out in 2007.
And he's got a monocle too, so it's like monocle Yu Narukami.
When did Persona 4 come out?
2008.
2008, I think?
Okay, a year later.
And he has a katana
Or the
too, which is
PS2.
used weapon. So it's just like, wait,
He was just the prototype.
there's some subterfuge going on here.
It was the prototype.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Yeah, I actually really like
The good news is that we're pretty much done.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, yay.
Oh yeah, you said you weren't kidding. This actually goes.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
well.
not actually very long.
I was sewer level.
Are you kicking? Were you
I was actually trying to get the lid to fall off so I could kick it around.
Oh.
By the way, if
But
you
the
hear any
stupid
laughter
lid
in the
would come off.
background, my spouse and Rumi are watching Channing Tatum do the dress up like Beyonce and sing with Beyonce on lip sync battle. So
You do realize that all that background laughter is just going to get edited out, so
just-
no one will know what you're talking about.
Cut it out. Cut it all out.
Redo
Burn
the
it.
episode.
Do it live.
or he can just cut
We
out
are
those
doing
two
it
lines
live.
too.
Just cut everything out and leave just like a 5-minute swath of nothing.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Tolton does not have anything above a C.
No, he does not.
Poor guy.
Okay, so there is something that is not mandatory but really helpful to do. Put some form of magic on both Seth and Tolton.
Even if they'll never use it after this.
Correct.
Because you're gonna need a healer, right?
No, you just need magic, period.
38 caliber magic rifle. That's a good.
My ship!
This one?
Yeah, the Nautilus. Ain't she a beaut? Ah, she's been locked up in here. Poor thing.
She's a good ship, I can tell. She definitely has a feel of the ship you'd pick.
Yeah, I'm stuck with her. Seems like fate. But if she's here, that means we can get her out of here.
Okay, let's go, Tolton.
Thanks for not scrapping her.
Oh, yes, of course.
smashed Ura to bits? Hey, you, get out of my way. You're getting between me and my reunion. Can me and Nautilus have a moment here?
We're gonna have to give it our all to get around this one.
Okay, so, how many of you have played Final Fantasy X?
Nope.
I think most of us have.
I'm
Holy
pretty sure
shit,
Ruin...
that is a sword!
Yeah, that's the rough edge that I bought.
Nice.
That's like a fucking spy hand.
So, Final
Well,
Fantasy X.
she's einhanding it right now. Whoa, what the fuck?
Don't be too scared to fight, your worshipness. There's
Comic book boxing, you can't even escape
Ah!
the battle.
What the fuck?
What?
We'll start her up by shooting some magic.
So, who remembers the Obliterator?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Move now.
Because this fight is basically the
Get
Obliterator.
started.
So we had to smash it.
Yeah.
So why do we need...
You can just kill it traditionally, but it's
I imagine
faster
it's
to
very
just
difficult.
activate the crane.
I was
Why...
about to say.
Why do we need magic for this fight?
Because melee cannot reach the crane.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's not a lot.
Zed can shoot it with his gun, and since it's a magic-powered gun,
Right.
Right. It charges
it
a
will
little
reach, but yeah.
So I assume. Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
I assume we have to fill up that bar there.
Yep, you gotta fill up the
Power.
bar. It does not matter what level of magic you use, it's just number of casts.
bit. Okay.
Gotcha. So basically, you just gotta hang in there until you can get this filled up.
Yeah. And honestly, the thing for as large and somewhat imposing as it looks is not really a threat because they know you don't have a healer.
Right.
So they're not gonna do a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, so it's not a terribly big deal.
So this
Why
is
does
more...
Why does Seth reverse grip her sword when she's using magic?
No idea.
Because fuck you.
Did we get it?
No, Tom.
I like how Seth's just like, God damn it, shut up.
But yeah, like I used the second level one to show that it doesn't really
matter.
make a difference.
So really this is more kind of like a story boss than an actual, like, challenge or anything.
It kinda is, yeah.
Kind of a puzzle boss in a sense.
Well, except they outright tell you what to do.
If you didn't think about it, or you, for
You
whatever
didn't-
reason, don't register that you can put new accessories on people mid-battle, you won't be able to charge the crane up very fast, so it will be an actual threat.
Right.
Right, because otherwise it's solely up to Seth at that point.
Storing up magic
Yeah.
energy for
Ah,
this
and then
one.
this happens.
Because this
Uh-oh.
happens.
Okay.
Oh.
But since we've got it charged
Works
up, we can drop this on him right now.
Starting up, it's working! Oh, yeah! There she blows! How was that, Mama? Ha! I still got it in me.
We're off. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Move it up. Sit wherever you want. There we go. Okay, yeah. So you got here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sit down. Whoa, don't touch that.
I was just wondering what this was.
Huh?
What? 3 of them?
They're coming.
What's wrong? Afraid to fight?
Fighting. I've studied how to do it. But this is the first time I've had to actually fight monsters.
Yeah, it's pretty different from practice rounds, huh, your graciousness?
Aren't you frightened?
I love it. We're off.
kinda is.
What?
There's a tutorial for it.
It's literally just a QuickTime event that goes on for fucking ever.
Oh boy. Let's see how long it lasts.
You see how long is left in the video?
Oh.
That's it?
The rest of this video is this QuickTime event and the following cutscene.
Oh.
Oh. With a really good boss theme playing.
I was gonna say
so
they
it's
at
not-
least gave us the good music.
Oh, rip.
I kind of feel like
Oh,
Yeah, if you
the
fail to
QuickTime
do it,
event.
you get hit, you lose a hit point.
gotcha.
You've got 3 shots, basically.
I'm kind of wondering where the hell General Kakanis is, because as soon as I heard this music, I expected him to pop up somewhere.
He's
go-
farting his way through the water.
He's going for a swim. This is his workout. How do you think he got such a nice
I keep
ass?
telling you,
Propelling
it's
himself
not
with his fart
specifically
bubbles?
his.
It is now, damn it!
Wait, I think I see him holding onto the Nautilus there.
Yep, there he is.
Just going.
Holding on with one hand because his other hand's still busted from punching the tank. I like how they tried to make this like this big visual tour de force, and it's just like, okay.
It's
It's
QuickTime event.
it's QuickTime events and just like occasionally hitting the brakes and stuff. While these guys completely and utterly fail to do anything to you.
Really?
Because Sed is an expert pilot.
Do you have to
Mash in the
Oh,
button.
that's
Gotta mash the
mash
button.
Mash.
Okay.
Yeah, so who would have thought that this game would have had a QuickTime event?
Yeah.
Gee, it's almost as if it's a game from 2009.
It's from 2007.
Wait, really? I thought it came out in 2009.
No, this game came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
It's almost like it's a game
It's
from
still the era of
2007.
QuickTime events.
Yeah, this was like almost a 360 launch title.
Well, that was the idea, right? To get an RPG on the 360.
I think that, yeah, I mean, that was the idea. They were trying to sell the 360 in Japan.
They were trying to sell the 360, but like on the coattails of Final Fantasy, essentially.
But then Vesperia did it better.
And then Vesperia came out on PS3 and caused people to like snap the 360 discs in half and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that totally happened.
And then they did it again with Graces.
Japan was not happy about it.
Yeah, they did it again with the worst Tales game. Well, okay, it's that. I take that back. The second worst.
You say that like the majority of the Tales series is actually all that great.
Yeah.
Hey! Legendia, Abyss, and Exilia are all pretty good.
I mean, I say this and I unironically love Abyss.
Abyss is like one of your favorite games ever. Don't you even try to joke.
But we have already confirmed that I have terrible taste.
Why are
We
we
all
Speaking
do.
of Abyss, why are we
Because
let's
we
playing
all
this piece
like
of
at
shit,
least
not
one
that piece of
Tales
shit?
Because somebody already did a really good screenshot LP of Abyss.
Motherfucker, how dare you do a good job?
He actually covered it really well, and he did it in a way that wasn't like insulting the game, so I really appreciated that.
Oh, okay.
It's a dead end.
Nope, it's a way out.
How?
They'll fly.
Fly?
Hang on. This is great!
Yes! We did it! We lost them! Woo! What a great ship! I love it!
Are we flying?
Great job!
All right! That was lovely.
Awesome, huh?
Wasn't that fun, Your Majesty?
I'm nobody's majesty. I'm just a man. And I finally discovered what kind of man I want to be.
And what kind of man is that?
A brave man. I want to be like you, Zed. Laughing in the face of danger.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as you thought, is it, Your Highness? Yeah, everyone wants to be brave. But if you really mean what you say, then you have to be more daring. Be more of a leader.
Leader?
That may be setting the bar a little too high, Sid.